छाया आसमां देखो झूमता गगन है छाया आसमां देखो झूमता गगन
Welcome to our podcast. I'm Stephen Rue. Today we are going to discuss champion diversity, equity, and inclusion for ethical leadership. Welcome to Insights in Business, the podcast that drives into the heart of organizational ethics and leadership. This week we're addressing a topic that has surged to the forefront of corporate agendas around the globe. Diversity, equity, inclusion, also known as DEI. In recent headlines, it's become clear that DEI is not just a moral imperative, but a cornerstone of ethical business practices. So let's discuss the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion. DEI matters because it directly reflects on an organization's commitment to fairness, respect, and equality. In today's diverse global marketplace, enhancing DEI is essential for leaders and organizations aiming to foster innovation, enhance employee engagement, and improve their reputation. Diversity, equity, and inclusion isn't just about bringing diverse individuals into the organization. It's also about creating an environment where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute their very best. Let's look at diversity, equity, and inclusion best practices. Integrating DEI aligns with best practices in leadership and organizational ethics by promoting a culture of inclusivity and respect. Ethical leaders recognize the value of diverse perspectives in decision-making processes and in the importance of equitable treatment in building a positive workplace culture. This approach not only enhances problem solving and creativity, but also reflects on social responsibility by mirroring the diversity of the broader society within the organization. Let's explore examples of diversity, equity, and inclusion in action. Consider the tech industry, often criticized for lack of diversity. Companies like Google and Microsoft have made headlines in their commitment to DEI by implementing comprehensive strategies to increase representation and foster inclusivity. These include scholarship programs for underrepresented students, transparency and diversity reporting, and initiatives aimed at creating more inclusive products. Another example in the financial sector is where firms like Bank of America have made significant strides in promoting DEI through leadership programs for work and minorities, as well as partnerships with organizations focused on diversity and recruitment. So let's look at the role of communication in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Effective communication is pivotal in maintaining and promoting DEI within organizations. It's about more than just disseminating policies. It's about creating dialogues that allow for the expression and validity of diverse perspectives. Open and respectful communication fosters an environment where employees feel comfortable sharing their experiences and ideas, which in turn contributes to a more ethical and inclusive culture. Here are tips for improving communication to support diversity, equity, and inclusion. Promote open dialogue. Encourage discussions about diversity, equity, and inclusion at all levels of the organization. This could be through town hall meetings, workshops, or regular team discussions. Educate and train. Offer training sessions that focus on conscious bias, unconscious bias, cultural competence, and effective communication to help employees understand their nuances of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Lead by example. Leaders should model the way that actively participating in DEI initiatives are evident and demonstrating inclusive behaviors in their communication and actions. Provide feedback channels. Create safe spaces for mechanisms for employees to express concerns and suggestions related to DEI, such as anonymous surveys and feedback boxes. And let's celebrate diversity. Recognize and celebrate the diverse backgrounds and achievements of employees through newsletters, company events, and recognition programs. So here are some closing thoughts. In conclusion, embracing diversity, equity, and inclusion is not just a moral and ethical obligation for organizations. It's a strategic imperative. By promoting DEI, leaders can foster a culture of innovation, engage, and respect, which are key in sustaining success in today's complex global business environments. Through effective communication and genuine commitment to DEI, organizations can navigate the ethical challenges of modern workplace and build a higher and more inclusive future. I want to thank you for joining us for this episode of Insights on Business. Please stay tuned for our next discussion, where we'll explore other vital aspects of organizational ethics and leadership.